Good morning. My name is Lance Pierce, and I'm the Director of the Climate Program with the Union of Concerned Scientists. For the past 40 years, UCS has been the leading science-based organization bringing scientists and policymakers together towards national, regional, and state-level public policy solutions. This morning, I am pleased to announce the release of a very important report that provides the most in-depth look at the potential consequences of climate change in the state of Pennsylvania to date. The report is Climate Change in Pennsylvania, Impacts and Solutions for the Keystone State. It's based on a peer-reviewed, published science that will provide decision makers in the state with the best available information on climate impacts and solutions, and it follows on an earlier report by UCS covering the U.S. Northeast. This new report involved almost 40 reviewers and collaborators from across Pennsylvania to ensure that the material included was accurate and relevant. With me today are three Pennsylvanians who will brief you in greater depth on the report. Dr. Ray Najar is the Associate Professor of Meteorology and Geosciences at Penn State University. Dr. Shelby Fleischer, who is the Professor of Entomology at Penn State University. And Donna Cooper, who is the Secretary of Policy and Planning for the state of Pennsylvania. We also have experts in public policy with us as well, including John Walliser, who is the Vice President of Legal and Government Affairs at the Pennsylvania Environment Council, or PEC, and he'll be available for specific state policy questions both during and directly following this conference. So, by way of a very quick introduction, scientists across the country are calling for swift and deep reductions of heat-trapping emissions. The gas we use in our cars and the coal we use in our power plants produces carbon dioxide that blankets the earth and traps heat. And this new report looks at the consequences of these actions by considering two possible pathways for future emissions. A high emissions future in which we continue to burn fossil fuels at the current rates, and a low emissions future where we curb the use of fossil fuels and make a transition to alternative energy sources. Choices that we make in the next several years will affect the kind of world our children grow up in. The landscapes, livelihoods, and lifestyles of Pennsylvanians are at stake. This report comes at a critical time in Pennsylvania. The governor and the state legislature are taking the issue of global warming very seriously and have recently enacted the first climate change legislation in the state. Policymakers across the state seek the best available science on which to base their decisions. We trust that this report will provide a useful resource to the ongoing state assessment process. The full report is also available online at www.climatechoices.org/EA. Thank you, professors and Secretary Cooper, for coming, and good morning, everyone.